What I do to internalize the lesson and be prepared for my students, I usually look at the lesson plans before time. Sometimes I read the script, sometimes I don't, because I'm already used to, the pattern, the repetition. I take notes on my Post-it. I also speak to my paraprofessional, and I tell her what we're going to do prior, so she can also be ready. I gather my material in the morning. I also look for things like videos that I need for the lesson. I also like to place them in groups based on how they participate. Are we ready for today? Yes. It's time to do our blending and segmenting. Okay? Listen to me. I say, you repeat. Okay? Da-na-na-na. 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 It's blending and segmenting.
It's blending and segmenting.
Segmenting and blending.
Segmenting and blending.
We want to hear the start.
We want to hear the start.
An ending sound.
An ending sound.
Da-na-na-na. 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 We put the sounds together.
We put the sounds together.
And then we blend the words.
And then we blend the words.
We take apart the words.
We take apart the words.
And this is called segment.
And this is called segment.
Da-na-na-na. 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 Okay. When we segment, we take apart the words, right? We say all the sounds individually. When we blend together, we put it all together like we're doing a smoothie in a blender, and we get one big smoothie, okay? Now, for example, if I say tip, think about it, tip, t-i-p. Think about the sounds, put it in your pocket, think about it for 10 seconds. What sound do you hear? Arlo?
It.
Now you blend it together.
Tip.
Good job. Kiss your brain. Good job. Now, what sounds do you hear in men? Think about it. Put it in your pocket. Let's see who knows. Sabria. Tap it. Men. Now we blend it.
Man.
Man, yes. Kiss your brain. Let. Think about the word let. What sounds do you hear in the word let? Ruby. Let. Nice job. Kiss your brain. Now we're going to introduce the sound that we've been working on for the past few days, right? And the sound is the schwa sound, okay? This is a different sound, okay? This is the sound that we're gonna see in some of the CVC words, not all the words, okay? So when we have a CVC word, we know that we have a double consonant, right? And it's gonna make one sound, right? And we also know that the vowel sound is going to be short, okay? Right? Sometimes it's gonna be short, and sometimes we're gonna have the special sound, aw. Like we're saying, aw. But first, let's sing our song, okay? It's time to learn new sounds, new sounds, new sounds. It's time to learn new sounds so it can help us read. Remember, when we're reading words, we know that words are made up of letters. They're made up of consonants and vowels. So we're gonna go over our short vowel sounds, okay? But before that, we're gonna sing our vowel sounds, okay? Let's start. Is the vowels have to sound, the vowels have to sound, the vowels have to sound, and this is how it goes. Ah, ah, ah. Eh, eh, eh. Eh, eh, eh. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. Now, it's time to blend our sounds. And remember, when we blend our sounds, we put all the sounds together, right? But before that, let's sing our song. It's time to blend the sound. It's time to blend the sound. It's time to blend the sound so it can help us read smoothly. Okay, so I have this word. I'm gonna think. I know that we're working with our CVC double consonant, right? So the first thing we have to do is we look at our word pattern, okay? So what's the word pattern? C, V, C, C. And since I know that my word pattern is C, V, C, C, I automatically know that my vowel is going to be short, okay? So who can help me blend this word? But before we blend, we have to decode each sound, okay? Who can help me? Brian, you want to help me? Okay. I'll blend it all together. Pill, good job. Kiss your brain. Now, it's time to read our words, okay? And it's important to help read our words because that's gonna make us better readers, okay? But before we read our word, we're going to sing our song, okay? It's time to read the word. It's time to read the word. It's time to read the word so it can help us read smoothly. Okay, now I'm gonna model, okay? So I know that we have a consonant, a vowel, a consonant, and a consonant. I automatically know, wait a minute, that vowel sound is going to be short. So I know that my short vowel sound for E is eh, right? And I know also that when I have a double consonant, it's gonna make the same sound, only one sound. Right, Cassie? Yes. So now, I'm gonna think. Let me blend the sounds together. Let's see. Look at me. B, E, L, B, L, bell. Okay? Now, we're gonna do this one together. Okay? As a class. What pattern do we see here? What spelling pattern, Leander?
CVC. CVC.
Get your brain. Yes. What's the next step? What do we look for? We look for the London.
C.
What's the next step? We look for the word pattern. Then what do we focus on? We look for the vowel
Vowel.
sound. Are they going to be short or long?
Short.
Short. Good. Now, who's going to help me decode these sounds? Christabel.
L.
Now, I want you to blend it together. You need help? Okay, let's do it together. Mill. Nice. Now, this word, what would this word be if we change the M to the P? Just think about it in your head for 10 seconds. Look at the spelling pattern. What would be the sound? And blend it in your head. And when you're ready, raise your hand. Now it's time to decode our words. What do we do when we decode? What do we do? Who knows? Xavier.
We sound
We sound each letter.
each layer out.
Oh, yes. We break it apart, right? We desegment it, right? Yes. Now, I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to break it apart. B, L, L. Let me see. When I blend it together, it's going to be bell. Okay. Now, I want you to turn to your partner. Turn to your partner. And you're going to think about what words. Pick a word and you're going to decode it. Okay? London. What word do you want to decode? Which one? Let's do Phil. Phil. What does that say? Phil. It's right there. Okay? Let's tap it out. I want to see tapping. Cassie. Are we helping my friend Cassie here? You need help? Okay. So if we see the word F-I-L-L, what sound do you hear? Ill. Now blend it together. Phil. Good job. Get your brain. Okay. Eyes on me. Now, let's decode these words. We're detectives. We have to find all the sound in these words. Who can help me? London. Not this one because I did this one. Think about it first. Tap it out. A little hot, a little louder. Tell. Good job. 5-5. Christabel.
Phil.
Phil. Nice. Get your brain. Ruby.
Go. Gil.
Gil. Nice. Who haven't I? Oh, I haven't called on you, Albert, my friend. Oh, this one is tricky. And we went over this yesterday. Let's see if you remember. ST makes one or two sounds? One. Yes, because it's a consonant blend. Another fancy word is digraph, okay? So, ST makes the st. Tap it. St. Now, what sound are we going to have? We're going to have a short or long sound in the middle? Short. Now, we know that the L, double L, is going to make one sound. Can you think about what this word says? You ready? What does it say? Tap it out. Still. Say it louder.
Still.
Still. Kiss your brain, my friend. Okay, now it's time to spell the words, okay? And this is important because when we spell the words, we have to write the sounds that we hear. Why? Because some words are tricky. Some words are not going to be written as we say it. So we have to write the sounds that we hear, right, Leander?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Now let's pass down our whiteboards. Pass it down. Pass it down. Arlo. Arlo. Come on. You're my helper today. You can stand up, my friend. You can stand up. Oh, let's go. Pass it down. Let's go. And you're gonna put it on the rug. Nice job. And we're not gonna open our markers, right? Pass it down. Pass it down. Pass it down. Keep passing it down. Okay, now, what's the first step before we do anything? We're gonna open our markers. Open. We're going to write the spelling pattern, okay? So what's our spelling pattern? Let's see. I'm not gonna write it. No, you guys write it. You could put your whiteboard on your lap to be more comfortable, okay? Spelling pattern. I'm coming around. Let me see. Nice job. Yes. Yes. C, C. Yes, so our spelling pattern is C, V, C, C. Double consonant. Nice job. Listen carefully, okay? You're going to write each word under, and you're not erasing, right? Torrin, are you okay, my friend? Okay, okay. So our first word is going to be gill. G, ill, gill, g, ill. Remember, listen to the sounds. Gill. Let's see. Nice job. Let's see if I spell it correctly. Let's see. G. I. L. Let's see if I'm correct. I see a lot of good work here. Yep. Arlo. Turn it over. Yep. G. I. L. L. Kiss your brain. Now it's time to close our markers. Don't erase. Close your markers. Close your markers. Put them on the rug. And now we're going to go over our high frequency word. What is a high frequency word? It's one of our sight words. Why is it a high frequency word? Because we see it all the time. We see it in the streets. We see it when we're reading. Our high frequency word today has that special sound. It has the it has the ah. It has the ah sound, right? It doesn't say ow. No. It says ah. Say it. Say it. Ah. Good. Ah. And now we have the double L that makes the right? So we have an A and we have a L and an L. Now, let's blend those sounds together. Oh, what word does that says? What word, Arlo?
All.
All. We're all here together. Okay? Now, I want you to write it on your whiteboard. Now you can take your whiteboard and spell it out. All. A-L-L. When we spell out loud, it's going to help us read, write faster, okay? A-L-L. Good job, Leander. High five. Nice job. Okay. And that's all for today. But before we go, we're gonna go over what we learned today, okay? The first thing we learned today, Cassie, right? I can read high frequency words. 2, I can decode words with double consonant at the end. And I can identify the beginning, middle, and end sounds of words. That's a lot of work, right? But we did it. We are fabulous.